When you hear the name Rockefeller, what comes to your mind? Old money, unimaginable wealth and power passed down through generations. In fact, for 150 years, that name Rockefeller has been tied to wealth and a lot of financial genius that made me begin to say, how did they do it? Because I would like to do something like that. And I know you want to do something like that too. To create wealth, most of you who follow me are interested in generational wealth. And why not? So you have the Rothschilds have created generational wealth that have lasted for more than 250 years. And Rockefeller for 150 years. And I know that there are all kinds of conspiracies around these people. There are two things about that. One, I'm not saying that these men were perfect. And then number two, I have also discovered firsthand that the wealthiest people in the world are often misunderstood and misread. And because they don't usually have time to come out there to defend themselves, they don't let you know. But what I have personally discovered, working with a few billionaires, Nigerian billionaires in dollar, is that these people are extremely thoughtful, they have empathy, they are very generous. But that's not what the media will tell you. They are very generous, and above all, these men are very humble, extremely humble. One of the billionaires I worked for, one of the Nnewi billionaires, very, very popular. At the time I worked for him, he had businesses in 7 countries, very wealthy fellow. This man told me a story about a guy that he sponsored to power. He sponsored to become the governor of the state. When this man was campaigning to become governor of the state, he said to me that he was always in his house, licking his shoes, cleaning his boots, and all that, sitting at a corner. He would wait there patiently for hours. Immediately the man successfully became governor, he distanced himself from this billionaire. He no longer picked his calls, but this man did not give up on him. In fact, on one occasion, he had something to do for this governor. And he said that he went to see the governor. This guy kept him waiting for 3 days. 3 good days in his guest house. That was the man that he sponsored to get into power. And he waited there until the 3rd day that he sent for him. And I'm like, wow, this billionaire, this powerful guy, if it is you and me, after waiting for a few hours, we will storm out of that place angry. But not these billionaires. So I know that Rockefeller has been, I know he's not perfect, and I know that there are so many conspiracies tied to him. Some I'm not really very, very happy about. But that didn't take from the fact that there's something I could learn from the man. And this is why I decided to just stop reading about him or reading all those conspiracy theories about what he did, especially how he changed the education system as we know it today. And I focused on understanding the investment strategy. And then I said, because I'm a scientist and I like experimenting with things, and I said, let me try it for at least 12 months. Let me try his investment strategy for 12 months. Not as a theory, but let me do it with real money. And the results shocked me. So stay with me tonight, because I'm going to tell you what really happened. And I guarantee you that this is going to change the way you look at money, the way you look at investments forever. This is going to change. So just start getting your aha moments ready and make sure that your journal is right there with you. And while we are doing that, I'm about to just tell you about the Rockefeller formula. But while we are doing that, let me know where you are joining from. So just say hi and tell me the country that you're watching from. Okay. And then let me know if you are getting value. Just type value. If you're already getting value and feeling it, type it in the comment section. I always want to know that you are following and that you're listening. Okay. Hello, Marshall Believe. Good evening. Gustav Mpulanga, South Africa. Marshall from Nigeria. All right, member. Thanks for letting me know that you're getting value. Ike Obo is watching from Nigeria. I think I know that guy. Robinson is watching from the UK. Ike Obo is watching from Ogun State. Okay. Emeka Cyprian from Nigeria. Hello, Kemi. Good evening. Kemi from Dublin. Florence Shaw from Lagos. Excellent. Gustav says huge value. Godwin from Europe. Okay. Welcome. I need you to calm down, everyone, and listen very carefully, because the reason that many of us, including me, are still struggling financially, even at our age, is because we didn't know these things. And unfortunately, when we were introduced to them and we started hearing these names like the Rockefeller, we were not hearing the things I'm going to share with you. We weren't hearing their formulas. We weren't hearing the principles that they operated on, but we were hearing all the conspiracies about them. And I'm not saying that those conspiracies might not be true, but there is always something to learn from everybody. And then for someone who created wealth, and then 150 years later, the generations after him are still in wealth, I want to know what that man did. And that's the formula I'm going to give you. So first of all, let me tell you about the Rockefeller philosophy. So let's rewind a little bit and ask, who were the Rockefellers and what was their strategy? Okay, so the Rockefeller family didn't just build wealth, they built systems. Now, look at the three things I'm going to tell you. You know, I have been emphasizing the power of systems, and I've been saying, if you are in the later half of your life, by all means build systems instead of building businesses, instead of pursuing money. Create a system, and you are going to see exactly why I have been screaming about system. If you're even younger, start early. In your teens, in your 20s, start early thinking about systems. So Rockefeller built a system, and then the system does three things. It protects, it multiplies, and it passes down their wealth. You know, many people create wealth, but they don't have systems. And by the time they die, they lose all of it. That wealth dilutes, and then they lose all of it. I don't want to mention names, but we had a popular Nigerian billionaire. He was easily the richest man in Africa at the time. The guy didn't know what to do with money. And while he was alive, he started all kinds of businesses. He had an airline, he had farms, he had publishing, he had all kinds of things. Do you know the man died? And that was the end of that empire. Very, very sad. And even the little that they have left, the family are fighting and struggling for bits and pieces of it. All his companies, moribund, dead. Why? This very wealthy man, some of you may know the person I'm talking about, this extraordinarily wealthy man. You couldn't describe his wealth. But he died after he got involved in politics. He died, and that was the end. So I'm learning from both sides. I'm learning from what this man did, and I'm learning from what Rockefeller did. I'm learning a lot. I haven't yet gotten to the volume of the wealth that the Rockefellers command today. But system is not about the amount of money or wealth. You start the systems now. So they built a system that protected, that continues to multiply, and then pass down their wealth from generation to generation. Okay, Now, there were two things that set the Rockefellers apart. Two things. Very, very simple, very accessible. That's why I was able to copy their formula and say, let me actually try it out for 12 months and see what will happen. And they surprised me. So the two things that set them apart was, number one, the Rockefellers prioritized cash flow over speculation. They prioritized cash flow assets over speculating. So they didn't speculate their way in the markets to the wealth that they have today. And secondly, which also surprised me and which I'm also learning from, they treated wealth as a family business, not a personal pursuit. Did you know that wealth was actually originally supposed to be created in family units and multiplied in family units? Because every family from the beginning of time was actually created to be wealthy. Because the family is a part of the society, but it's also a self-sustaining system. Everyone, and this is going to shock some of you, because many of you don't see eye to eye with your siblings. Many of you don't see eye to eye with your cousins, with people around you, people you relate to. But I will shock you to let you know that everything that every member of your family needs to succeed is within the family. But because the family system is broken, and especially and unfortunately in this part, in our part of the world, there's a lot of suspicion, a lot of malice, a lot of anger, a lot of things going on in families, to the point that there are many families where a sibling will go to visit the other one. I was shocked the day somebody actually told me that it happened to him. The brother came to visit him, and then for the 3 months did not eat in his house, even though they gave him food, and he had every excuse. He didn't want to eat in his house because he was suspecting that he was going to be poisoned. That is terrible. So this is something to learn from the Rockefellers. They see it as they see wealth as a family business, and then if only families can become functional, can actually assume their original identity, then they will know and understand that a family unit is actually sufficiently gifted to be able to create wealth, generate wealth, and pass it on as a family. But today you have, unfortunately, the family is broken, so you have some entitled people, you have some others, who do the work, and then some others, because they are family, they just wait there, entitled. That's not the way the Rockefellers did it. Okay, so what was the Rockefeller wealth formula? In plain language, step number one, they own things that can't be printed. Type it in the comment section, everyone. I'm giving you the Rockefeller formula in plain language from my research and study of how these people generated tremendous wealth. Okay, type it. Number one, they own things that cannot be printed. Type it in the comment section. They own things that can't be printed. What are the things that can't be printed? Hard assets. Farmland, timber, just imagine, timber, mineral rights, real estate. They owned things that cannot be printed. This is really important. And for some of you who understand the history of money, when I say cannot be printed, you probably understand what I'm talking about. Because the central banks in the world, print money, they print currency, they print it. And that's why the value of your money keeps going down. $100 10 years ago is probably like $85 today. And it keeps going down because the governments keep printing assets. So Rockefeller was smart. He said, no, we're going to put our wealth in things that nobody can print. And then there were three particular elements, three particular features of their assets, of the things that they owned. And that should also be the three attributes of our own assets. So we should endeavor, like the Rockefellers, to own assets that, number one, that they are inflation proof. Because inflation, what virus is to the body is what inflation is to wealth. That should be an aha for somebody. Type it in the comment section. What virus is to the body, that's harmful virus, is what inflation is to wealth. Therefore, the assets that you seek to build must have these three attributes. Number one, they should be inflation proof. Number two, they must be cash flowing. One of the saddest things that affected my journey to wealth was that I owned idle assets. I bought plots of land in different places that stayed 10, 20 something years, like almost 25 years, without doing anything. So that is called idle asset. And you need to make a list of all the idle assets in your life right now. Landed property, just undeveloped land, you just bought and left it there, and it's been there. That is called an idle asset. Every asset is supposed to sweat. So Rockefeller assets were inflation proof. Number two, they were sweating, they were cash flowing. And then number three, they were immune. They were immune to dilution. Yes. Okay, yeah. I can see Olanike, thank you for typing that. In fact, don't wait until the end of the live session, even though we are still going to do it. If there is an aha moment, something you hear, and that's an aha moment for you, type it in the chat, in the comment section, so that you don't forget. And then I read all of them. Step number two, they use structures like trusts and family banks to keep wealth circulating within the family. So I'm copying this strategy. I haven't fully copied it, and I'm going to tell you what I did after capturing or after deciphering their formula. So they use structures like trusts and family banks to keep wealth circulating within the family. In fact, the Rockefellers have over 200 heirs. So you can imagine how robust that system is to cater for more than 200 heirs. Okay, so they are global, but they are very thoughtful in the way they move. They didn't just have things or hide, as it were, assets offshore in secrecy. They were very strategic. They have strategic holdings in very stable countries like Switzerland and Singapore. They have strategic holdings in stable economies. You've never heard about anybody bombing Singapore, and you've never heard about anybody sending missiles to attack Switzerland. So these guys are very smart. Step number three, they focused on longevity, not just hype of the moment. They didn't chase fads. There are always fads. The internet boom, the dot-com boom, the crypto boom, even though I'm getting to that one, the forex boom and all those things. They didn't chase fads. They stayed focused on longevity. So did it work? It did. Okay, and then John D. Rockefeller was known to have said that, do you know the only thing that gives me pleasure, he said, is to see my dividends coming in. So this just goes to show you how much they were focused in compounding cash flow. See that thing I just said now? You should type it in the comment section so that you don't forget it. I need it wired in your brain, because that is the secret of generational wealth. We complicate things, but it is compounding cash flow. So the Rockefellers were addicted to cash flow and to compound it. So his wealth was built on consistent cash flow, not on price speculation. Okay, so let me tell you how I attempted, because I haven't fully applied all of it. Let me tell you how I attempted to make this happen in the past 12 months. And I'm telling you, the results were shocking. So, how did I put it into practice? I made 4 key moves. My move number 1 was to ask myself, how can I get paid every day? How can I get consistent cash flow? Because that was obviously the foundational wealth. It's everyday and so I started telling myself, it was a philosophical state that the world today is designed so that people only make money once in the month. Another thing called salary, and it comes once a month, and then maybe for some of you in the United States, twice in the month. Who designed that system? Who said that money could not be earned every day? So I set up an everyday money system inspired by Rockefeller's obsession with cash flow, because cash flow is everything. If you don't have cash flow, you are not going to be wealthy, and you're not going to retire, and you're not going to stop working until you die. So give attention to cash flow. Having cash is not just enough, or having savings in the bank is not enough. You need cash flow. My move number 2, I stopped chasing price fluctuations and volatility. So I let go of this buy low, sell high addiction. I started looking out for very, very sound fundamental assets. That didn't matter whether it was going up or coming down. So, for example, I bought some dividends, some dividend paying stocks that pay dividends, whether the market is up or is down. So I bought some. There's Aradel, there's Zenith Bank, GT Bank. Those two pay twice in the year. Every half year they pay. And then there's Presco, there's MTN. So I bought those because I'm trying to model the Rockefellers. And I also decided to now buy into real estate investment trust. So there's one that's real estate investment trust that I bought into, okay, so that I would be part of their rental income. And I started researching this fractional investing in farmland. There's an app called Acre Trader that I started researching to be able to buy real estate investment, farmland investment, because the Rockefellers invested in farmland. And what was the result of all this? I started getting some very, very handsome dividends that I wasn't getting before. So whether the stock price went up or down, because the assets I bought were very solid. They had solid foundation, fundamentals. My move number 3, which I haven't completely designed or come up with how exactly I'm going to be able to build a personal family bank, which is what these people did. I'm inspired by how they use whole life insurance policies to do that one. They use whole life insurance policies to build a wealth storage system. So what I have done in my own part in trying to model that was to approach a legal firm. I actually thought that they were involved in estate planning and things like that. So I got into conversations with them that I did not just want to, should I die today, like I am going to die, and go to be with the Lord, which is far better. So it's just a matter of the day when it is. You will go, I will go. And if John D. Rockefeller hadn't put this in place before he died, he wouldn't be there. They wouldn't be here talking today. So I approached them and I said, no, I don't just want to write a will. And after I die, okay, give this person this, give this person this, give this person that. No, no, no. I want a wealth storage legacy, wealth storage system. So, and it's important to think about how you can use high cash value life insurance. That's what I'm studying right now. And then if you're an insurance agent or company listening to this, and then you have some ideas on how to use high cash value life insurance as wealth storage, please DM me. Okay. And then my fourth move was to prioritize systems over individual deals. I can't emphasize the power of systems enough when it comes to building wealth. And you don't have to wait until you have gotten $1 million. You don't have to wait until you have gotten $1 million. You can start today. System doesn't demand $1 million before you build it. So like me, before, it used to be very random, but I created a system where I reduced my activities when it comes to wealth building to just 3 activities, 3 skills. How do I make money? How do I manage it? And how do I multiply that? And then repeat the process. Having it as a system, not a random thing. So as money is coming in, because there's already a system, that money is already instructed where to go. So some go into dividend paying stocks, some go into growth stocks, some go into some go into growth stocks, some go into real estate investment trust. So there's a system that makes that very, very possible. And then of course some of that goes into cash reserve for opportunities, so that when the opportunities arise, you are not going to be cash strapped. Have you ever been in a situation where there was an opportunity to invest? Great opportunity came, but you had no money, you had no cash to invest in it. And I also understand that later this year or sometime soon, that Dangote refinery is coming to the market. That's going to be one badass move, one big one. And if you don't have cash reserve to be able to key into it when it comes out, then you miss that boat. So I have a system for doing that. Okay. So what actually happened after 12 months that I started working on this? So the first thing that has happened over that time, in this, especially half of this year, is steady cash flow. It's not a lot of money. It's not a lot. Cash flow doesn't have to be a lot. But every day somebody buys my book online, and then 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira comes in. It's tiny, it's small, but it's powerful. It's something. Okay? And not only that, some of those dividend paying stocks like Arado really paid me well. And when they paid, it was good. They paid 22 naira per share. And it was good. I got into Arado a good time. And what I did was now reinvest it, because I learned compounding cash flow from the Rockefeller. So it's growing automatically. As soon as that dividend was paid, I transferred it immediately to the investment account. I did not want that money to breathe. I didn't want it to spend 24 hours. In fact, I didn't even want it to spend overnight in my account. In the bank account, I transferred it straight, to my broker, to my account, with the broker. And then bought the same Arado with it so that I could compound it. I also discovered that having a system gives me less stress, and it also gives me more control. So I'm not glued to my phone watching price charts or something. I'm not panicking during stock sell-offs. Recently, people were calling me from all over the place. Oh, that there's this policy, this pronouncement from the central bank about banks that have some obligations and all that, that they should stop paying dividends, and again that they should stop paying their directors bonuses or something. And people panicked. And a stock like Zenith Bank went from 50 naira down to about 43 naira or something. Shocking, within like 2 days. And it's like, what are people panicking for? I have system. And I didn't sell it off. In fact, when people were panicking and selling, I bought some more of it. Now the Zenith Bank has gone way beyond. I don't even know what it was today. I think somebody was saying something like 57. But just last week, people sold their hard assets for 43 naira. So I have less stress and I have more control. The third thing also that has happened for me is the power of patience. Just understanding that wealth is a long-term game. Many people do not pay attention. And then many people want to get wealthy overnight. These people didn't do it that way. These guys are very patient. They are very patient. They trust the process and they trust that the system that they have will go. Some of you in my mentorship group, the Financial Fitness Challenge, last month, I gave you some 7 penny stock recommendations after my research. I said, do that. If you are able to wait for 3 to 5 years, then do it. Because in the group, I share what I buy, from people. I share what I buy, for the group, what I buy from the market. So I bought 2 positions. I forgot it. It's part of my system of patience. Because when it comes to building wealth, patience is a very important strategy. I made some mistakes in the process, which I'm learning from and correcting, because to be honest, I didn't do everything right. So one is I underestimated how long it takes for cash flow to feel significant, because initially when the dividends started coming, they were really small, even before the past 12 months that I decided to test the Rockefeller formula. The dividends were coming really tiny. Sometimes you see they give 45 kobo per share. It looks tiny. And then maybe you have just 10,000 shares. It looks tiny. When you get that, it's 450 naira or something. But over time, it starts becoming significant. Okay, secondly, I didn't initially I haven't done that, the life insurance policy. I haven't actually done it. I had my life insurance. It didn't go very well, but I need to go and revisit that life insurance because it actually had a lot of benefits tied to it, because I could actually borrow against that life insurance package I had with one of the insurance companies. And I could borrow against it, to invest. So I didn't do that well. And then thirdly, I had FOMO. Sometimes, when people are just like, oh, this stock is rising. Oh, this crypto is rising. Whatever. So I used to have FOMO. Bitcoin goes within 1 year from $60,000 to $108,000 in under 1 year. The FOMO is real. Okay, but this is what I've come to realize, that slow wealth is sure wealth. And this strategy isn't just about me, it's about building something that can outlive me. So create the system and let the system create the future for you. So would I recommend the Rockefeller strategy to you? Absolutely. If you are looking for sustainable generational wealth, not just quick wins, not just hit and run money. Okay, so here is your next step. We are currently enrolling for the July Financial Fitness Challenge. The Financial Fitness Challenge is my paid mentorship group. The early bird is $105 or 105,000 Nigerian naira. So let me tell you up front. Now, when you come there, it's not a get rich quick thing. We help you to gain clarity around money, because many of us in the later halves of our lives, we haven't mastered money. We don't even understand what's going on. A 57-year-old person told me that he did not have a single stock, single asset in the financial market at 57. When are you going to do that? Because there's a huge financial markets advantage. Look for that video which I posted earlier today. The financial markets advantage. The financial markets will change your life significantly, and the financial fitness group will help you to develop clarity around your money vision, and will help you to start thinking about money in a different way, and then also to map how do you go from where you are to where you're going to be. How do you start learning the new money, making money online, making money from content, making money teaching what you already know, like a lot of people are doing. And then more importantly, building patient systems that will guarantee that you can retire in the next 5 years. You can retire in the next 10 years. So if that is you, and then you're saying, oh boy, I don't have time to figure this thing out by myself, I will need you to handhold me and help me to get clarity around my finances, then send me payment details to WhatsApp number +234 8088 000 111, and then we'll show you how to get started. All right, so before we roll a curtain tonight, let me know your aha moments. And then if you have any particular question, I can take a couple of questions regarding today's topic. We can do that. I followed Rockefeller investment strategy for 12 months. The results surprised me, as I have just shared with you. And I hope that you have learned a lot from me. Okay? What are your questions? What are your aha moments? Okay, Olanike says, slow wealth is sure wealth. Stephen says, FOMO, fear of missing out. Okay. Okay, Saida says, Rockefeller strategy, develop clarity and mapping your money. Good. Front-end coder says, investment for the poor. I'm not sure whether you are asking a question or making a statement. So if you could actually make that very clear. Virginia says, repeat. Okay, the WhatsApp number again is +234 8088 000 111. Don't call it, just send a message to it, because it's on the web, it doesn't receive calls. Okay, Elizabeth says, my aha moment, slow wealth is sure wealth. Yes, Elizabeth. Please, people, stop being in a hurry. And then often, the older we become, the more we tend to panic when we look behind and have regrets that we haven't actually done well with money. And then we look ahead and we're like, we don't have. Who told you that you need time to make money? You don't need time to make money. You need leverage, and you need the proper knowledge, sound knowledge. And this is why the mentorship group is very important, because some of you, I can see some of you in the mentorship group here. There are things you will never hear trying to find it on your own, but you can hear it if you are in a group, because in the group it's not just me. I'm not just the person giving. But the 123 of you in the current group, you are all giving. And then you have collective knowledge, because like I teach you, wealth is a team sport. It's not something you do alone. I have people I'm learning from. I have people I pay to learn from them. Just last week, I paid a gentleman in dollars to teach me crypto, to handhold me, because I've attempted crypto. When it started, I attempted it twice and lost so much money. But this guy knows his onions. And from what you've already done, just one Zoom call, I'm already investing in crypto. I'm already able to buy Bitcoin. And I'm already able to buy some other high growth coins. And I'm already seeing P&Ls. Because we got on Zoom for literally about 1 hour, 15 minutes or something. And he showed me a lot. And we have a few more sessions. And I paid him in dollars. Because I've told you, the older you get, the best thing you can do for yourself, find somebody out there who is doing what you're trying to do. Ask the person one question: how much is 1 hour of your time worth? When the person tells you, don't price it, because there's something about when the person tells you this is what you should get, give it to the person, and you will be amazed that what you've been trying to figure out in 5 years, that within 5 minutes or 1 hour you figured it out. But many of you don't want to pay for learning. You want to become a millionaire, but you don't want to invest in your brain. That's going to be a long night for you. Okay. Robinson says, my aha moment is the resolve of the Rockefeller Foundation of building wealth on consistent cash flow. Absolutely. Absolutely. Maria also says, slow wealth is sure wealth. Absolutely. So even if you're my age, I'm 59, don't be in a hurry. Slow wealth is still the sure wealth. And I'm telling you, this is actually the best time in your 50s and 60s. It's the easiest time to make money. But you've got to remove panic. You've got to remove overthinking. You've got to remove having to compare yourself with other people. You've got to remove the opinions of other people. So people come to my house and, oh, look at the kind of place you're living. It's not a mansion. It's not your business. It serves me. Because at 60, you still need to have delayed gratification. Warren Buffett is still living in the same house that he bought in the 1950s, the same place in Omaha. So you don't need to prove anything to anybody. If you're in your 60s or in your 50s and you're trying to make money, and then you have to even lower, just step down your lifestyle costs a little bit in order to significantly build your wealth, not only for yourself, for the rest of your life. Because if you are 60 like me, chances are that from the way people are living long these days, chances are you're still going to be here for another 40 years. And so if you're 62 or 65, you are just beginning, because you have 30 years ahead of you. So you might as well take the next 5 to 10 years to plan solidly to take care of you. Even if you don't have to depend on the children. In fact, you don't even have to depend. The children should only give because it is an obligation. It's an obligation for children to honor their parents and to look after them. But that should not be your hope, your expectation. Otherwise, hunger is going to finish you, because those children also have their issues. They are raising children. They are also living in very hyperinflated world. They are paying rent. They have their medicals. They are spending. And so you don't want to be, as a 60-something-year-old person, you don't want to be an unnecessary burden. Let it be the children, that will say, all right, we want to give you a holiday to Costa Rica, to Dubai, to Bali. Let them fund it, but you should be able to do it. So if you are 65, 62, or 60 like me, slow wealth is sure wealth. Slow down. Step down a little bit. Plan for the next 5 years, the next 10 years, because you still have up to 40 years potentially, or 30-something years potentially. You live into your 90s, that's 30-something years. So plan it right now. And that's why I'm particularly excited, and I have a lot of joy and respect in my heart for the people in the financial fitness group who in their 60s, and we even have some in their 70s, decided to take this plunge. That's amazing. That actually says a lot, and a lot of applause to you. Okay. Yeah, slow wealth is sure wealth. Build patient systems. Say that says repeat systems. Yep. Okay, front end coder says, what a good approach to investment for those that earn little wages. Absolutely. Okay. Victoria says, my aha moment, wealth is a long-term game. Florencio says, investment immune to dilution. Absolutely. Okay. Fumilaria said, yeah, who created the system that you should earn money only once in the month. Don't you realize that that is actually a scam? That is fraudulent. Because the wealthy people, the 1%, they don't earn money once a month. Those guys earn money by minute, by hour. Just go online, Google is your friend, and type how much does Elon Musk make every 1 hour. Any name, just take the Forbes list, type each of their names, and type how much does the Walmart family make every hour. How much does Oprah Winfrey make every hour? You will be shocked. So they make money by hour. They make money by minutes. How much does Bill Gates make by minutes? These guys make money, whether they are in the bathroom or they are wherever they are sleeping, or they are on vacation, or they are traveling. They are making money. But they have designed a system that allows you to only make money once in the month. That is a scam. That is a scam. Okay. Anthony says, I don't know how you did it, sir, but you have put me in some kind of resolve that I look at money differently now. I was checking my portfolio today and I made just over 250,000 naira. Applause. Yes, we celebrate that. Super. Because this thing is not rocket science. When it comes to money, the truth is, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. You are having the financial experience you have now because of the way you look at money. But when you come near me, you are definitely going to see money in a different way. Guys, when I started seeing money differently, it changed my life. So now, if I have, just let me give you a quick example. It's still along the Rockefeller formula. About, it's getting to 2 years right now. I drove out one day. Somebody had told me about a joint for roasted fish that in Nigeria they call it point and kill. Roasted fish. I had used them once and they're really very good. And they were also expensive. So one evening I just felt like, oh, let me eat some grilled fish rather. Let me eat some grilled fish. I entered the car, drove out. Midway, I asked myself, how much? By the way, I'm not hungry. That's one. What is that thing sending me to go and eat grilled fish, even though I'm not hungry? I had just eaten. I had eaten like 4 p.m. And then this thing, I was making this move around 5:30 or so, 5 or so. And it's like, who actually is giving me this command? Who is the one commanding me to go and eat grilled fish when I'm not hungry? Is it by force? Must I eat that grilled fish? So, and I asked myself, by the way, how much is Jitco today? How much is Jitco, the stock today? And I checked. GTBank was 18 naira. Around that, 18 naira, 19 naira at the time. Then I said, wait a minute. This money I'm going to spend on grilled fish, if I actually put it on Jitco stock, that in another 5 years, that this same money that I will just buy one grilled fish will not only be able in 5 years to buy me grilled fish, it will actually buy me a lake filled with fish that I can eat for the rest of my life. I turned back at the next U-turn. I just turned back, came in, sent that money to my, and of course added more, to my investment account. The next day, I bought Jitco at about 18 naira or so. Today, Jitco is about 80 something naira. It's about 84 naira, less than 2 years after. And then in 5 years, yes, I will be able to not only eat as many grilled fishes as I can, but I can literally own a large pond that has tens of thousands of fish that I can grill. That's the way money rewires you to think. But there's another person that will say, allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. I think that's a song in Nigeria. Allow me to enjoy myself. It's my money. Let me go and eat it. Man, no die. Man, how do they say it? Man, no chop. Man, no rotting. I don't know how they say that thing again in pidgin English. It's mindset. Do you see the mindset of the poor and the mindset of the rich? So people, they'll be laughing at me. The people will be laughing at me. Oh, this man, you are too whatever, with money. Go and enjoy yourself. Go and buy fish and enjoy. They will buy fish. They buy that fish and eat it once. It's gone. But today, I can buy not just one fish. I can buy 1,000 because of my decision. But the poor people always think that they are wiser than the rich people. Okay, and then in Nigeria, you people still do ashoke. People are going to wed or going to funeral. They do. Is it ashoke? What do they call that thing again? I don't know I don't remember what they call it. There's something they call it, where they give you cloth or something. You wear uniform, and then some of those things, I don't know what they call it again. Some of those things, ashoebi, and I hear that some ashoebis are actually 1 million, 1.5 million. Am I mad? Like one Nigerian comedian. Are you mad? Is something wrong with you? Me, to use 1 million and go and do ashoebi for you, to even use 50,000 and do ashoebi for you, because of what? At this age. So what? Do you know what 1 million can do for me? Do you know if I put 1 million somewhere, like in Presco today or something, do you realize what that 1 million can do for me in 10 years? And you want me to just use it and do ashoebi, then we dance and all that? No, don't invite me. I won't do that. If you do, maybe I'll just give you some money or something for your funeral or for whatever. But me, ashoebi for 1 million, you're joking. So the rich people think differently. When you change the way you think about money, you will be very, very surprised what will happen. Kennedy says, can I get the WhatsApp number again? +234, that's the country code, 8088 000 111. Okay, Miriam, yes, man no die, man no rotten. That's what it is. Okay, Ashoebi, that's correct. Yes, thanks for correcting me. Yeah. Oh, so it says some buy Ashoebi on a monthly basis. Good luck to them. Good luck. Those are the people who will be coming later to be entitled to my own money. Meanwhile, they are enjoying their own now. I'm putting my own aside and investing. They are buying flashy cars. They are renting in very expensive neighborhoods. Then tomorrow, they are the ones that will come feeling entitled. So the thing is that everybody must suffer and enjoy. And you choose the sequence. You suffer today and enjoy tomorrow, or you enjoy today and suffer tomorrow. Is law. You can't escape it. Anyway, and this is a very, very sound place to draw the curtain tonight. And if you have gotten value from tonight, go ahead and press that love button. And if you've been joining us and you have not yet subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Come on, it takes just 2 seconds. So click the love button and also join the channel, subscribe, and then make sure to hit the notification bell so that whenever I'm live, you get to know. And so many messages are coming. I'm not able to take them, but I think I saw one on insurance. Network Tech Brothers, well done. I'm life insurance agent in Atlanta, US, helping families. All right. Implemented by Rockefeller to build generational wealth. Fantastic. So let's connect. Send me an email. Let's connect. And let's see if it is something you can do for people around the world, because many of the insurance packages appear to be just limited to the country. But I'm actually looking for insurance that covers both travel insurance, because in 2 years, I'll be taking my first mini retirement. And I have a couple of countries that I'm looking at, and I would like some insurance product that gives coverage over Asia, US, South America, and some parts of Africa. So please, let's talk. And whatever happens, ladies and gentlemen, keep showing up, because you have no idea. You just don't know what's coming your way next. And I will see you same time tomorrow. Good night, and God bless you.